afraid, like I'm afraid. Hi guys. So my name is Simone Raquel. Welcome to my channel. First video. So my first video is I had asked on Instagram if what people wanted to see, and I gave them options, and a lot of people chose my art business journey. They wanted to hear about my art business journey and why I quit my job in the middle of a pandemic to pursue my passion and to just go for my dreams, basically, which sounds very cliche, but it's true. So I used to work as an event coordinator at a company, and I was working there for about 9 months, not very long, and then COVID came around, and I was starting to do pretty well at it, but then COVID happened, and then for events in Jamaica, they just completely shut down, whereas it used to be something where events used to keep every single night, every week, everything there was something different every single day, every single week, right? So it was a business you would have thought that would have never shut down. Obviously events couldn't keep anymore, so the company it never shut down, but we never had any work. So throughout COVID, the beginning of COVID, I stayed with the company. It started in March in Jamaica, and then I was with the company until about June. In that time, I was just doing little things here and there to keep myself busy because I didn't know what was going to happen. There was no say in what was going to happen because no one knew what was going on, really. So we're just kind of playing it by ear. So then Father's Day was coming up. I think it was in June, and I've been paying. I quit as an event coordinator to become a freelance artist. Forgot to say that. So I've been painting throughout COVID time when there was nothing going on. I was just painting as like fun, and Father's Day was coming up, and I had always wanted to be a painter or an artist as a job because I love it so much. I went to art school, I studied fashion design, don't ask why, and I found that I love to paint while in art school, and I was pretty good at it. So I really wanted to do painting as a job. So Father's Day is coming up. I said, let me just try something. I paint a few Father's Day quote things, and when I had put that, so I put up that these quote things are for sale, right? When I put that up, a few people requested for me if I could paint this picture or I could paint that. So I was like, yeah. So I painted them and I posted them. And then when I posted them, somebody else asked me if I could paint this for an anniversary. And so I did that. And I posted it, and then things just started to happen. People just started to come to me and make requests. And so I was like, hold on, like this is something that I can actually do. Like this is getting serious because I was really getting a lot of requests. So then I was like, no, I have to make this thing official. I have to, like organize myself because I was just doing it to do it for doing its sake. So I made up an email, my business email. I started to change my personal page into my business page because that is what people know me off of. And I started to just continuously post me doing art and me doing DIY projects and me setting up my studio and everything, right? I made my logo. I started to make graphics to post, and I started to just try and think of what I can do to push this to, make it work. I was just trying to push it as much as possible, and I was really surprised with the support that I was getting because it was just unexpected. And in July, when business started to pick up, I was thinking about it for a really long time, and I was like, I think I want to quit my job, because there was nothing going on at my job, because there were no events keeping. There was one event that was held that I had coordinated, but the money I had gotten to do that event was nothing compared to what I could have been making to doing what I was doing as in my art. I spoke with some people, and I made the decision that I was going to leave the company, and I was going to really start putting my 100 into my artwork and my 100 into just being the artist that I wanted to be. So I wrote up my resignation email. I wrote it like 3 times. I looked at it for about 2 days. When I tell you I'm nervous, I'm afraid, like, who's for sending the resignation in? Because that means, say, if I leave this job, right? If things did go back to normal, there was no security, because when you have a 9 to 5, you're guaranteed to get a certain amount of money every single month. That security was out of the window. And like, what was I really going to do? I was really going to just pursue this art thing. It was like, what was I going to do? Because in my mind, I didn't think that art could make me money or could support me. Little did I know. Anyways, so I was so scared to send in that resignation letter. When I tell you, I'm afraid for sending the letter, because I say, what if this don't work out? Like, what am I going to do? How am I going to support myself? Because I'm not asking my parents for any money. I'm independent, and I want to be independent, and I don't want to depend on anybody. And like, at first my father was like, yo, you sure you want to do that? Like, I support you whatever you do, but you're sure? And my mother was like, yo, I think you should. And I spoke to people about it, and they were like, yo, do what you want to do, kind of thing. So I sent in the resignation letter to Ross. And I said, well, that's it for me. No longer tied to them. I'm doing my own thing. And then I posted on my Instagram that I will from now on be just doing my art, and I will be posting everything about my art on my Instagram. And the amount of support I got was unbelievable. Like, it was so overwhelming, and I did not know so many people like believed in me and thought I was good, because I didn't think I was good. Like, when I tell you I was so insecure in my work, I was so insecure in my work. And I was actually very insecure just in general, because I just never thought I was good enough, or I never thought I could really do it. And the more I did, the more I got confident in my work, and the more I surprised myself with what I was doing, because I had never put out my all. So this time when I really put out my all, I was like I was really doing things that were like, I was surprising myself. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I look at myself and say, girl, I never do this from before. I want to, you idiot. I say, girl, you know about that talent, like, not to toot my own horn, but like, I wasn't bad. And the jobs were coming in. The requests were overwhelming. And so it was a big eye-opener. And I realized I had to like really step up my game, and I had to, like, I'm now responsible for my image. I've always been, but like now, like, this is my business. This is going to be my baby, So now that is how the journey started of my art business journey, right? And so that's where it's been going now. And I'm not going to lie, it's up and down. Nothing is guaranteed, because it's not something that's consistent. But when it rains, it pours. So it's just a case where I need to learn to manage that. When it rains, to balance myself, to make sure that when it rains and when it's pouring and the money is coming in, I need to make sure I put away that money for when it's not raining and pouring, because it's not going to always be what you want it to be. You're not always going to be getting the amount of jobs you want to be getting. So you just have to make sure to deal with your thing wisely. So now when it comes to the things I've learned with starting this business is a lot. I've learned a lot. When I tell you I used to underprice myself so bad, brother. You see, one time I did a mural. If you guys are on my Instagram, you probably know which mural I'm talking about. Listen to me, I did a mural. I underpriced myself like terrible because I never know how to price myself. Me shame to how badly I underpriced myself. The money that I made from that job was nothing. Literally nothing. And yo, when I tell you, say, actually, like I had a little mini breakdown because I was like, Simone, right? Like, why? Like, are you stupid? Why did you underprice yourself so bad? And I was beating up myself about it, so I'm not going to lie. And when I checked the numbers as to how much I was making for the month, my first 2 months, 3 months, my friend who does accounting helped me. When I checked the money I make, it's not what I thought. I thought I was making X amount of money, when really and truly I was only making that amount of money, because in my head, anything that goes into my bank account, that's what I'm making. That's not what you're making. I had to learn that that's not what you're making. Half of that is materials. Half of that is materials. Half of that is other things like transportation. Half of that is other things like just miscellaneous things that you're going to spend money on. Like, that's not what I was making, Simone. Which I learned. And let me tell you, in the beginning, it was hard because I just didn't know how to price myself and I was not making the money that I should have been making. But at the same time, it's a learning process. It really is. It's a risk. It is a risk. But let me tell you, it was the best risk I had ever taken, because from I left that job, I just felt like I'm unstoppable when it comes to my work, you know? And I don't feel like I've been going to work. I don't feel like I've been working. Yes, there are days when like the pieces that I'm doing are stressing me out and I'm not getting it and it's just not going how I want it to go, but it don't feel like work, if you understand what I mean. And there have been some rough patches, like everything, but you just have to learn to just push through it, because it's just life, you know? And if you don't take the risk, how are you going to know what you're capable of? How are you going to know what you can do? Because if you don't take the risk, you will never know. So at least if this don't work out, if you don't take the risk, you will never know. If I never took the risk, then I wouldn't know what I can do. I wouldn't surprise myself with the things I'm surprising myself with. I wouldn't be able to handle things the way I'm handling them now. And what I also had to learn was that you need to forgive yourself. When I was underpricing myself, listen, I had to forgive myself because I just did not know. I had to forgive myself for not knowing, because I was beating myself up so bad because like I was just underpricing myself terribly, and it was like I wasn't really making any money. But you live and you learn. So when you learn, you need to learn to forgive yourself for the time that you didn't know what you know now. Because if you don't know, you just don't know. But you will learn. But you also have to be open to learning, and you have to be open to people's criticism, because sometimes it's helpful. It's helpful for you to hear what you don't want to hear, because it's not only about what you think. Other people have great ideas too, you know? And what I also learned is that you need to put yourself out there with whatever you're doing. You need to put yourself out there. You need to show people what you can do. You see, when I started to show people what I could do, the requests just started to roll in. The jobs just started to roll in. Yo, you can do this. I want you to do this for me. You can do a mural. I have a mural for you to do for me. Even if you don't get a job, at least people know that this is what you do. At least when people think about having something done creatively, your name is the name that pop up in their head. You know, that's the point that I want to reach. Whenever somebody think about something that needs to be made, or something that needs to be painted, or something that needs to be decorated, they think about Simone Raquel. You know, so you just need to believe in yourself. You need to take the time out to grow as a person and as a business person when you're running your own business. It's not easy. Since I started my business, I have not stopped thinking about it. I think about it 24/7. There is no holiday. There is no holiday. I have not had a holiday. I take 1 and 2 days every now and then. Other than that, weekends, in the week, holidays, I am working same way. I literally need to make time for my friends, for my family, for the people that I care about. There is no time for anything else because this is what I'm doing right now. I'm young. This is the time to do it. If you're young, now is the time to take the risk, because if it don't work out, you have years to do whatever else you have to do or to do whatever else you need to do. It's hard to take the risk. It is scary to take the risk, but I'm just telling this story because I know there are people out there who want to go out on their own, who want to do something that they're afraid to do, who want to do something that they just don't know about. But I'm here to say that it's okay. You can do it. Try. Take the chance, because if you don't take the chance, then you'll never know, and you will regret not taking the chance, and you will be unhappy about not taking that chance if you're somewhere where you don't want to be. And you never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. Life will surprise you. And there are ups and there are downs. But you see, when the downs, you need to learn from the downs so that whenever that time come again, you know how to handle it. You know what I mean? So that is how my art business journey has gone. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else, like, that is just my advice in when you're just going off on your own and you're just taking a risk in life. Like, be excited about the unknown and challenge yourself. Like, when was the last time you did something that you've never done before? Every job I do, I have never done it before in my life. You think I know what I'm doing when I'm doing the job? No, honey, I don't. But guess what? I do it. Nike has the best slogan, I think, just for life. Just do it. You literally need to just do it. Don't stop thinking about it. The more you think about it, the more you're not going to do it, or the more you're going to be afraid to take that risk. Literally, just do it. Just do it. Put yourself out there. Do what you have to do. Do what you know how to do. Talk to people who have wisdom. Talk to people who know about whatever it is that you want to do. Take advice from people. Don't be afraid of failing, because when you fail is when you learn, and you learn how to deal with situations better. And you fail until you succeed. That's how you succeed. You have a bag of failures and then you succeed, And you have to take those humbly, because it's going to happen. You can't be perfect all the time. You can't be great all the time. Not everybody's going to like what you do. You need to just, try and be the best person you can be. Try and do what you're doing 100%. Give it your all. If you can follow your dreams, you won't regret it. Even if you fail, at least you did it. You have a story to tell. Try again. Try at something else. Just try. Just do it. Don't listen to nobody that is putting you down negatively, because they're not the ones doing it. They're not the ones in your situation who is taking the risk, who is like putting themselves out there to do what they want to do. They're not the ones doing it. So don't listen to them when they come to you with that negative energy. And just be the best person you can be and do what you're doing the best you can do it. And if you do that, nobody else can tell you nothing. Them can't tell you nothing. What am I gonna say? You never do it good? So that's not your problem. You didn't do it. You try and do it. And don't watch people. Don't watch people. If you're doing something and you say, oh, everybody else is doing it, this person is it. So bring something different. Bring you. You're different. You're not them. Just do what you have to do. Like, even me starting this YouTube channel is taking a risk. Like, I was so scared to start it. Listen to me. I'm afraid again. I'm afraid so till, because this is putting myself out there. But I don't know any other Jamaican artist YouTuber you know? Like, just do what you want to do and take the risk. And if you fail, try again or try something else. At least you took the risk. At least you know if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. And if it don't work, maybe it's just not the time. But try again and don't give up on yourself. And you need to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, who else going to believe in you? Nobody else not going to believe in you. And enough other people probably believe in you more than you believe in yourself. Oh yeah, or you must have somebody else believe in you and you don't believe in yourself. Like, oh, that makes sense. Because that used to be me. And when it comes here and they're like, yo, you can't do X. And you're like, no. What kind of, like, you need to believe in yourself, yo. So, I think that's all I have to say. I hope that helps somebody. I hope that motivates somebody or encourages somebody to do something that they've been wanting to do. And I just wish you guys all the best. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more of like just stuff, videos of art and just my art journey and just different things just about art and just like the art world, you know, you can just continue watching. You can like, share, comment, and subscribe. So yeah, so that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video again, and I wish you all the best with everything that you're doing. And hope everybody's keeping safe, keeping healthy. Eat your fruits and your vegetables, drink your water, work out, do what you gotta do, boo, do your thing, and just be you, you know? Alright, that's it. Okay, bye.